Alright, hello. Let me just find a more stable setup. Alright, okay, so this. No. There you go, have some of that. Have some of that. Oh, look. I was watching a Kobe Bryant video and I was just thinking, you know what do I truthfully want to focus on? Even though I'm making four series worth of videos a day: meal tracking, productivity checks, the plank journey logs, and the road to making megabucks. Even though I'm focusing on these things every day, what do I specifically want to put my energy on every single day? Even though I'm making 4 videos a day, I'm asking myself this question because I really believe that I could improve significantly, and I really think that this can happen almost immediately if I just work on it every single day. And the thing I want to work on is knowing very clearly what I do and don't want to focus on. Knowing very clearly what I do and what don't want to focus on. For example, knowing what I do want to focus on, like consultations, getting that business going. That is one thing I'd really want to focus on every single day through the Road to Making Megabucks series, and just making that the best thing I could possibly make it. Just basically treat it like the business games that I used to play on my phone way back when I was in uni, knowing what doesn't work, knowing like the sorts of combinations I'd use, all that. Like, I'm referring to the game, by the way. It was a lemonade stand game, and I'd play this game. I would think, oh, okay, I need to figure out how many sugar cubes I need to add in this batch of drinks, and all of the batches that I'd serve on one day, how much water I need to put in, how many lemons I need to put in. Like, I'd work this out, and eventually over time, over the days, I'd eventually get solid reviews from everyone. Everyone would be feeling happy about getting this drink, getting a drink in the game. And I want to have that sort of mentality, but with the 5 consultations, really understanding you guys, your needs, and knowing how you want to go about things. Just knowing how you want to go about things is just knowing what you guys want. Really, you gotta let me know. Because there's no other way I can know unless you tell me. I have no other way. But I want to make it very clear as to what I do and don't want to focus on, because I could tell as I'm getting more in shape, like sex drive genuinely could be increasing quite a bit. I think girls could be starting to actually bat an eye towards me again. Like, I think things like that are starting to go up on the up, and I know for sure that I don't want to focus on girls in a dating sense, though I don't, because that could take away from me actually being able to be the best that's out there, and therefore the best version of myself, being the best that's out there in the world, period. The best that's out there in the world, period. And being one of the greatest of all time. Like, there's something that I'd want to focus on. Why do I want to focus on it? Because there have been so many days, first of all, in which I haven't been the best that I could have been. First of all, there's so many days when I set myself things to do throughout the day and I just wouldn't achieve them. And me being able to do these things, it just allows me to enjoy life, and then actually just enjoy what I do, what I love doing. That's the reason why I want to be the best out there, because it just allows me to have a new love for life, which I never had before. You have to remember that I've come from a place where I built so much hatred over the years when I was a teenager. And also potentially when I was a child, all the way back to the days when I was getting bullied in primary school. Like, I've come from a place of hatred, but now that I've worked through it, maybe not completely 100%, but I've worked through a lot of it. I have now put myself in a position where I'm now self-employed. I put myself in a position where I'm actually starting to really enjoy what I do and think, you know what? No, I I deserve I deserve the best. Why why is it that I'd just accept getting paid less than £10 an hour, working for someone else and associating myself with people that I'd consider average, who I wouldn't want to be around, people that are just eating unhealthy. I'm seeing eating unhealthy, people who I'm seeing complain. I don't. Why? I deserve the best. If I'm putting the best out there consistently every single day, I deserve the best. I deserve to be around people that want the same for themselves and also want the people around them to shine too. Doing this journey has changed my life. Even at this point in time, I'm starting to have a lot of respect for myself and not settle. I'm starting to make big decisions, like actually going through with the my ideas and in the consultation route. Oh, by the way, I've made some more package ideas which I plan to do off camera. I said I'd do it and I've done it. I just haven't checked my balance yet. So I'll get on with that. There's been a lot on my mind. Recently it's more like with the chicks, with the ladies and dating. That's really what's been on my mind, because I really believe that the girls, some of the girls like Hattie, for example, that I've been seeing in the gym, these girls that I've bat an eye to, they genuinely could be, I genuinely could have thought without even knowing it that I am at least slightly sexually attracted to these girls, not because I'm actually attracted to them as individuals, but because they look, sound like, and have the same similar personalities to one girl that I once knew in upper school, in high school, during A-level times, back when we'd sit next to each other in year 12 and year 13, in the biology class, in one of the biology classes that we had. The teacher wasn't the most engaging and we'd take the piss a lot. We even made a game called Insert Real Teacher Surname Bingo. And yeah, let's just say that teacher got pissed off. But I mean, that teacher was not engaging. She got taken the piss out of a lot, a lot, a lot. I'd do it a lot. I'd take the piss out of her a lot. I'd mock her voice. She sounded very nasally, like she spoke through her nose. So I just pretend that I'm her via speaking through my nose, sounding very nasally like this. And yeah, I'd just take the piss. I'd take the piss. I had a whole load of like a 3x3. If I had a 3x3, it'd be a whole load of phrases that she would say, and I'd genuinely be ticking them off as we go through class sometimes. During A-level times, you know, this is during A-level times that this shit was happening. But I really think, I genuinely think I could have fancied her. I genuinely think I could have really liked the idea of her, or maybe not necessarily lusted. What I'm trying to say is maybe I lusted for her. This was a chick that said we don't need men, so I don't know if I'd like to actually say I was sexually attracted to her from a talking standpoint. Although I did like her voice. I did like the sound of her voice. I liked the sound of her voice when she spoke. I think the reason why that was is because it sounded unique, and it wasn't the sort of unique where you'd laugh at. It was the sort of unique that I liked, and I think that was a part of her that I liked without even realizing it. The uniqueness in her voice set her out of the crowd. I could very easily tell that it was her when she was speaking, and that could have been a part of why I fancied her. I don't think I in any way loved her really. It was more like lust. That's what it was. It was lust. And when remembering her, the first thing, even when writing down about my thoughts towards this girl, I thought, yeah, she got fat ass. But I think that was my first point of call, the first thing I said, because that's how I thought of it in the past, because that's what could have been on my mind all that time, all the way back to when I first met her and when she was known as a clumsy girl. But now I'm thinking, that sexual attraction, did it come from a place where I actually liked someone earlier, all the way back into middle school, primary school, and then I've just mistaken that sexual attraction that I had back then for her, the girl in the high school? I don't think so. I really don't think so, but I really do believe that I don't think I've got any sexual attraction for the girls in the gym, but it's instead because that I once had a sexual attraction for, or a lust more like, for this girl in high school. It would be touchy, touching each other's hands and that in the biology class and that. Like, it'd be very, that was at the very start, and then over time that started happening less, and then it completely stopped when she started dating someone. So I wasn't thinking anything like, okay, I'm gonna try and steal her from her man or anything like that. No. We genuinely didn't expect this guy to get to ask her out, because we all thought he was camp. But no, like, yeah, it actually happened, and some of the things that I heard her say to him were very sexual. But that was during year 13 times. For context, I've spoken about this same guy in a serious video talking about working through my experiences of being bullied and bullying in middle school and high school. This is one of the guys that I bullied in high school. Just for context, I do not feel proud that I did this, but I did, and I feel happy that I can face reality and let it be known that these are the roots I came from, that I potentially could have been bullying him because of my own insecurities of not being able to articulate myself clearly. I really don't think I have that issue anymore, but yeah, I really wanted to be able to do this so I could express how I feel to my parents and the rest of my family, so that they knew what was going on in my head and how I felt when I was wanting to do the sort of thing like get a job whilst working, whilst quote unquote studying at school. So I could very clearly let them know how I felt. Not only that, but I could have also been bullying him because he was getting quote unquote high grades, top 9 grades in English, for example. And I knew I could achieve that too, but my standards, what I set myself, was too unrealistic to be able to achieve within the time frame that I wanted to achieve them in. And I went about it in a very delusional way, saying, like, unironically saying things like, if I throw this in the rubbish, I'll get straight 9s or straight 8 stars, or I'll get an 8 on this test or something. I put too much pressure on myself, and even teachers could tell. My French teacher, for example, he directly told me that I'm very hard on myself. That's what he saw in me, and I agree. I agree now, and I can very clearly admit that, because when there are some things that I did, regardless of how minor, that I didn't want to do, I would sometimes, in a softcore sense, self-harm, like scratching myself, or what is it, like putting pressure on wounds, just so that I feel pain. Doing it like this, putting a whole load of pressure on the wound like this, and then what else? Scratching my leg with my right index finger, scratching my right quads with my right index finger sometimes. And I sometimes do this as doodling on my skin, but I genuinely now consider that self-harm. You literally, voluntarily damaging your skin. Why? I hated myself, that's why. It's a very simple answer. I hated myself. I hated who I was as a person. I was an arsehole. I really believe that I was an arsehole during school. To everyone, even myself, except the odd few that I liked. These were people in friendship circles that I was in. And I like most of these people, to be honest. Even though I said the odd few, I did actually like most of these people. I was okay with them, but none of them, I wasn't really extremely close with any of them, really. And I started losing the connection and relationship that I had with friends that I was close with very quickly, because I didn't put in the effort with sticking with these people. And I don't mind that I didn't, honestly. I don't mind that I didn't, because I'm now in a different chapter of my life where I'm self-employed now. I'm really putting myself in positions where I want to be making big money. That's what the series is for, Road to Making Mega Bucks, and I'm seriously putting myself in positions and really doing for me to be able to actually create a future for myself that I love. Going back to this chick now, yeah, I'd say I had a lust for the girl, because again, she had a big behind. Her partner said, I think this could have been before the relationship though, before they got into a relationship and before he asked her out. I don't know why though, but she told me, she made it seem like it was such a big deal. Like, oh, you would have never known who asked me out. Why are you telling me? But yeah, this chick, I had a lust for this chick, and we were very touchy. But I think it was more one-sided for my memory than than both sides. Because I was very touchy with her, and it seemed like she was more than okay with it in biology class. But there was one time where we high-fived, and I gripped like this, not hard, it was light, but she didn't do the same. She kept her hands like this, And I think it's either she didn't like me and or she didn't expect that. So she didn't really know what to do. I think it could have been both. And she genuinely could have felt uncomfortable with that. And I think that's when I realised, okay, this girl isn't into me. Feelings aren't being reciprocated. Even though I wouldn't word it like that, feelings aren't being reciprocated, just leave it alone. I think deep down, subconsciously, seeing as I didn't know how to process my emotions and my thoughts towards things, I didn't actually think, okay, you know what? I like this girl and I want to tell her I like her. Maybe that's what I wanted to do that entire time. Just tell her, look, I've been getting to know you and I'm starting to like you quite a bit. Why not? Let's go out, do something. Not even necessarily like a stereotypical date, like an Italian meal, as she said. No, but instead just like a lovely walk. Very convenient. I can hear birds in the background, which you may be able to hear too. But yeah, why not? Let's just go for a long walk around the area. Why not? Let's go here and here. I like you. I'm interested in you. Why not? Let's go out. Me and you, let's go out. And if you don't want to, that's more than fine. Like Fearless said, I don't want to do anything that you feel uncomfortable with and that you don't want to do. He's saying, oh, I just say these things so you get to fuck them. No. Personally, I wouldn't. Even though I've digested that content without question in the past, I'm questioning it now. I wouldn't say that just so that I could sleep with a girl. With the mindset I have now, if I were a female, I wouldn't want to feel like I'm in danger of being raped. And uncomfortability could generate that feeling. So yeah, I'd just let her know, just straight up, I'm interested in you, I like you, and why not us two? Let's go out. And then if we keep on doing stuff together, tell her come over sooner or later. Do something, one thing may lead to another. And then the thing may happen. Hey. Maybe that's what I wanted. Maybe that's what I wanted that entire time. Back during these times, I used to ask myself, do I actually like her? But I think upon reflection, I think I did. Yeah, lust. It was lust. But from a talking perspective, I liked the sound of her voice. But I didn't really think about, like, okay, does this girl have anything interesting to say, really? It reminds me of a year 13 situation with a girl in particular who thought Africa was a country. And then I just ask her a whole load of maths questions to see, just to make a gauge of how stupid I thought this girl was. And when I did this Lazy, that's the name that I've called this other chick that I wanted to apologize to. Lazy, she was playing the games that I set up for the other girl. Like, she really liked that. I think ever since that point, she was trying to figure me out. She was trying to learn me, become fluent in me, not lazy. She'd speak to me every single break time without fail. When I'm telling you, her consistency was strong. Her consistency was strong. Strong. With a capital S. It was strong. She was very consistent in trying to get to just ask her how I am, how things are. But I think she liked the idea of me, and then she started steering away. She started steering away when I texted her. I am so sorry for doing that. I'm so sorry for doing that. I didn't realize how creepy I could have came off before doing it. But when I say the very instant, I mean the very instant. The very instant I sent her a text, word for word, as I was walking to the library, I remember it so clearly. I thought, shit. Because I then realized, yeah, that was very creepy. That was creepy. I it wasn't the text. It wasn't what I said that was creepy. I put buongiorno with a smiley face. It wasn't the text that was creepy, but it was the fact that I was texting on her on using I texted her phone number. That was the creepy part. So for context, during a parents' evening, we were just together. We were chilling, getting to know each other really, and I didn't have any credit on my phone, so I asked Lazy to call my dad to ask him where he was for parents' evening. Then from there, I took her number from my dad's phone, and then a few months later, I decided to text it. Just not out of it wasn't because I had any creepy intentions or anything like that. It was it was literally just to say hi, literally just to say hi and have a normal social media conversation. But I didn't realize, yo, insert real name. You haven't directly exchanged numbers. Don't you think from her perspective that shit could be very fucking weird? Because this random number is just saying buongiorno with a smiley face, as if this person knows who you are. This person's acting like they know who you are, but you don't know them. What the fuck is this? I didn't think of anything like that until the very instant I sent that text. And when she started giving one-word responses, which is justified, when she justifiably started giving one-word responses, I was like, oh, okay, shit, I fucked up. I messed up, and I'll never do that again. I never want to do that to a girl again. I didn't realize it would have had that outcome, because again, it was literally just to say hi. That was it. Those were my intentions, just to say hi and have a quick chat as I was walking to the library, maybe. Just like how we had conversations over social media in the past. We directly exchanged social medias, by the way. It wasn't like I was just stalking her on social media apps. We directly exchanged Instagram accounts together. That was direct. There was nothing creepy going on there. But when I took the phone number from my dad's history of numbers that called him and numbers he called, that was fucking weird. But at the time, I didn't realize that. I was 18. I was 18 when this happened, and she was in a school year below me, so I was in year 13 and she was in year 12. She purposefully not say what her age was. She was either 16 or 17, and I was 18. But she purposefully wouldn't say what her age was. I don't know why that is, but yeah, she also let me know that she had irrational fears, like fear of water, even though her a camera roll, she had a photo with a dolphin or something. I just pulled her face, like, what? But maybe that's her working through her fear, just like how I've kept a photo of me on the top of one of the ramps in the skate park. I deleted quite a few. Every single skate park photo that I took one time in March this year, except the one where it has my shoes and I'm stood on top of the ramp. That one I've kept because that was it's a symbol that I worked through my fear, and that I could take that method of working through my fears for the rest of my life. I have that in me. I know what to do now because I've had them. I've been in those low points where I was looking outside my bedroom window thinking, is this person going to see me? I don't have those thoughts anymore, but I once did. And because I once did, and I've worked through it, I've grown from it. Now, I'm a person that's grown, experienced growth. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a person that's experienced growth. I think I have much further to go, but I know for sure I'll never just text a girl using her phone number and it somehow was indirectly exchanged. For example, again, if I were to get a girl's phone number from one of my parents' call history, and then a month later text that number, I'll never do that again. Never. But yeah, I fucked up. That was a fuck up. But without it, I wouldn't have known. Oh, okay, no, this is fucking weird. Like, please don't do that again. And these sorts of things, I'm growing from, honestly. Yeah. Now that I've actually said, oh, you know what? Maybe I just wanted to tell, not Lazy, the other girl that was dating one of the people I bullied. Maybe I just wanted to tell her now because I've said that thought, that way of thinking is dissipated. Maybe I just wanted to tell her, look, man, I like you. I like you a lot. We've been getting to know each other, and I want to get to know you more. Let's go out. Let's go and do something. I'm not saying go out on a date with me or anything like that. Let's go to a restaurant or something. No, I don't want that. That's too unnatural for me. I'd much rather just me and you. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk together. Let's chill out. Maybe just sit down in a park, for example. Let's get to know each other better. What do you think? What do you say? That's all I had to say. That's literally all I had to say. It's not hard. It is not difficult. It's not difficult. That's all I had to say. And then from there they can go, well, okay. Yeah, I in fact actually like you too. Let's do this. Say the womanese version of that, basically. The woman language version of that. Or, no, I don't like you for X, Y, and Z reason. I don't feel comfortable with this. I do not want to go out with you. And I just hope you can understand that. If I just done that, then little do I know, maybe she would have said yes. Maybe she would have said no. But I think that genuinely could have been a part of that genuinely could have been one of the reasons why I was bullying this guy. Because again, his articulation skills were so clear, and I could have used the articulation skills that I have now in dating, in letting girls know, okay, I like you a lot. Why not? Let's just go out. You don't have to go to a restaurant or anything, but I want to get to know you better. Me and you, let's just go for a walk. Let's just go for a walk. Nothing fucking scary. No, nothing big, nothing major. What do you say? That's it. That's all I had to say. That's it. That is it. I think now that I've thought that, I can now leave that way of thinking alone, and I'm no longer gonna feel so inclined to want to actually, no, to uncontrol. I'll no longer feel so inclined to uncontrollably have a sexual attraction for the girls in the gym anymore, because they reminded me of that girl that I once knew in high school. And I've been thinking, this girl in high school, I would, I would like to get to meet her in the future when things are much more established and I'm in shape, I'm looking amazing, I'm smelling amazing. Like I smell amazing. My breath's minty. I'm looking I'm looking at performing my best. Things are just at a much higher level, and then she comes, we just meet. We just somehow meet, and things just kick off. She lets me know what she's been up to. I let her know what I've been up to, and we just get to cracking, really. Exchange phone numbers, immediately set up something, and then just keep on building and building on that relationship. Yeah, I'd like to, just to see where that goes, because I liked her. Let's just admit it. I liked her, and I don't think there's an issue with admitting that I liked the girl, that I had lust for a girl. That we don't need mental, that makes me think, yeah, maybe I wasn't all the way completely sexually attracted to her from those sorts of misinterest, sexist things that were coming out of her mouth. But yeah, I liked the look of her, and I liked the idea of her. I lusted. I lusted over that girl. Back then, I didn't have as much control over my sexual urges. During 16 to 18, no, I wasn't watching porn all that much. That was when I quit. It was New Year's Day 2018. No, New Year's Eve 2018. I decided, okay, this is going to be the last day I watch porn. And then New Year's Day 2018, I stopped watching for 2.5 years, all the way to the 26th of May 2020, when I watched it again. And since that point, I have seen pornographic things, but I haven't been on Pornhub or Brazzers or RedTube or anything like that. I haven't. Although I have seen very sexual things, like images, very sexual images. Hmm. There isn't really much else to say on that, and I think I'm now thinking of Hattie in the gym and the fact that I have found her sexually attractive. If I am gonna ask her out in that way, it's gonna be because I like her as an individual, and there's something I like. I like what I see. I like what I see. I'm interested. I have interest because she's talking things that I've never really heard about before. It's like, oh, okay. So you're doing this and that. I'm actually really interested. Yeah, okay. Why not me and you? Let's just go out for a walk. Get to know each other better. What do you say? Now, before you do answer, you absolutely can say no. You absolutely can, and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable with this offer. If you don't feel comfortable with this, that's more than okay. That's fine. And this doesn't have to happen if you don't want it to. I don't want to do anything you don't want to do. Just let her know straight up, like, because if I were a female, I wouldn't want to feel so uncomfortable because the guy's asking me out, and I feel like I can't say no, even though I don't like the guy. Even though that's not true, you absolutely can say no. But yeah, if I were a female, I wouldn't want to believe. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to genuinely believe that I can't say no to such offers, even if I don't like the guy, and even if he hasn't given me the time to actually get to know him. Hmm. I think now that I've worked through that thing completely, my lust for the girl in the biology class that I sat next to, I am, it's like my equivalent of post nut clarity. I'm not having sex, I'm not sexually active. Yeah, but this is like my version of post nut clarity because it's like, wow, yeah, I know that these girls, some of these girls, Hattie and another another chick that looks a lot like the girl in the biology class, but except with a different color hair, and the voice has that same uniqueness. But that girl that looks like the high school girl, let's call her high school girl, the girl that looks a lot more like the high school girl, more than Hattie does. This girl, I'd be more interested in getting to know the gym doppelganger, let's call her. I'd much rather get to know the gym doppelganger and we get in a relationship rather than me and the OG and the original, because we go to the same gym together. And I've seen her really want to train, and just like how Cause does, I've seen her train with Cause and want to show that aspiration. She has that. I've seen her have that aspiration in her. Not recently, but I have seen it in her. So I'd, in fact, therefore be more inclined to want to get to know her more than the OG. However, that's just off that alone. I really believe that the gym doppelganger is in a relationship, so I'm not, I'm not gonna even in any way try and attempt to make a move on her or anything like that, because in my mind I'm thinking I wouldn't do that because she's told me to fuck off, because I was just teasing. I think it was because I said something. It was because I said something. That didn't just come out of nowhere. Um, hmm. It was about the gym exercises in some way. But yeah, I now know that I basically have post nut clarity. I'm more than okay, and I know that I'm not going to really focus on these girls anymore because I've taken the time to focus on them now and process my thoughts and emotions towards all of them that I've spoken to quite a bit in the past, even if that's in the very recent past. I mean, in the past, like with the OG, the past, like, damn, getting on to nearly 2 to 4 years now. Yeah. And then also the two girls, Hattie and the gym doppelganger, who look, Hattie looks a little bit like her, and the gym doppelganger looks a lot more like her. The only reason why I thought Hattie looked like her is because of her curvaceous figure and the round behind. Same with the gym doppelganger, but there's more to it than just that. with the Gym Doppelgänger in terms of physical features, because the voice has that same uniqueness that the OGs did. The OG's voice did. It has that same sort of uniqueness. I'm just remembering the time today when she said, hey, that she was just working behind the reception. I think honestly, even though I could have in my mind said, oh, she said that in a flirty way, I didn't think of it using that exact wording. But I mean, get over yourself, man. Like, no, last time I saw, she was in a relationship, so why would she try and flirt with other guys? Even though that is possible, why would she do that? Why? It doesn't make sense. It looked like she was in a very loving relationship with a significant other. I think she was just saying hi to be friendly. I mean, come on, get over yourself. Just because a girl said hi doesn't mean, yes, dick in now. No. I've now freed myself from that way of thinking now. Come on. Yeah, that's very small-minded. Let's just put it like that. Oh yeah, one girl said hi to me in what I could have thought as a flirtatious way. But I mean, the girl's in a relationship, as far as I'm aware. That's number one. Number two, so what? Whenever a girl says hi, oh yeah, she's flirting. She's flirting with me. Come on. Like, get over yourself. Oh, mate. I don't know why Lazy would call me bro. She very consistently did that. Very consistently. It was like, look, we are not family. Stop calling me that. We're not even the same race. Like, mate, chill out with that. I've worked through it. I've worked through my lust, and now I'm back to post-nut clarity. I'm no longer having, I'll no longer be having sexual thoughts. Of doing certain things, of one thing leading to another with certain girls in the gym that I've spoken about in this video. Come on, that is very freeing, you know. Very freeing. I am free. I've mentally freed myself from that lust that I've been experiencing for potentially anywhere from 2 to 4 years. 2 to potentially 4 years. All the way back to when we were just starting to get to know each other, back when we were in year 12. And when that year started. Can't believe that started 4 years ago. No, sorry. No, yeah. Yeah, literally. Getting on to 4 years now. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Can't believe 2018 was 4 years ago. 4 months from now, I would have started year 12 4 years ago. And my last exam was coming up 3 years and 11 months ago. My German exam, my GCSE German exam came 3 years and 11 months ago. That is crazy to think that right now I was in GCSE exam period, in that full swing in hatred, full swing in resentment, full swing in unrealistic standards and delusional methods to go about them, delusional methods of manifestation. I didn't know I knew about manifestation, but I was practicing it, but just in a delusional way. Again, with the, if I throw this in the rubbish, I'll get straight A's. I was manifesting, but just in a delusional way. But now I'm no longer manifesting in a delusional way. I know how to channel it. I know what I'm doing. That is, oh, that's insane to me. Like, things are really starting to go on the up. I'm literally saying what I'm seeing now at this point. But the manifestation I'd use, like an example of it, would be, oh, I'm on the way to being self-employed. The job status is on the way to being self-employed. That's the wording I'd use. And you'd be able to hear it in previous videos. The job status for me is on the way to being self-employed. And I was saying that over and over and over and over and over again. What's happened? I have now become self-employed. How? Through Fiverr consultation services, which are very active, and I'll plug them right now. If you are looking to be able to grow as a person, improve your productivity, be able to work through fears, be able to push past mental barriers in the gym, and maybe outside of the gym, for example, to understand how to grow a YouTube channel, which I'm on the way to doing and learning, to be able to just be on the way to taking your life to the next level and actually working towards it every day and knowing how to improve consistency. Let me tell you something. If there's anything I know right now, it's how to improve consistency. And if you want specific help, tailored towards you, individual for you, very specific for you, then mate, hit up the consultations link and let's do it. Let's collab, let's partner up, and we will grow as people. It's not just you. I'll be able to learn something from you as well. You guys, apologies. You guys, I'll be able to learn from you guys as well. Yeah, I absolutely will. And I'm not even saying that as a pitch. I genuinely will. You may give me constructive advice that I would have got nowhere else. And it would be a lot more like a two-way street, where I'd be helping you and you'd be helping me. And we're all money makers around here. And if right now you personally are in a place in your life where the job status is unemployed, you can just do what I'm doing, or at least something very similar, where you've started the consultation services and you're on the way to just building and building and building. You could just do that. That's if you want to, but again, if you don't want to, it's up to you. But I know this is how I want to go about things. About things. Yeah, it's how I want to go about things. Oh, I can plug a service that I run now. Imagine that. And we have got many aims to be achieving. We've got two aims, two massive aims to be achieving. Having orders and earning X amount. Again, this isn't really just me growing. This would be me and you guys growing through us being able to achieve it. It's a two-way street where I provide the service and we partner up within the service. And we both grow as people, or we grow as people, depending on if it's like a group you're coming in. Although I prefer it being one-on-one. It's a one-on-one service, honestly. And I might actually make That's another idea, you know, to make a group. Yeah. So the service that's currently up, the only service that's currently up right now is one-on-one coaching. It's not group coaching. I'll create a different gig for that. Yeah. And I'll figure out how to go about it in terms of like how many, like what sort of packages I'd add, how many groups of people it'd be, etc., etc. I don't know how to do that right now, but that's okay. It's an everyday process, and every day we'll figure it out. But yeah, man, that we are partnering up, we are collaborating, and this would not be able to happen without you guys. This would not be able to happen without me consistently creating the plank journey logs to start off with. This would have never happened. But in the words of On2Cut, in one of his Instagram videos when he was getting a haircut for the first time in however many years, I'm treating this shit like GTA. Or something that applies a lot more to me, I'm treating this like the lemonade stand game. Yeah. And oh man, I feel so happy that I've now worked through that lust. So happy. I now know. Okay, so I lusted over this girl in high school, and I'm no, not am anymore. I've worked through it. I was lusting over girls that looked like her and sounded like her, because I wanted to just, without even knowing it, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to let the girl know, like, look, I like you, and I wanna do things with you. I wanna get to know you better, and just see where things go. I mean, for goodness sake, I'm voluntarily coming to the science club with you because you're going there. Like, hint, 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 hint. That was a hint to myself, if anything. But I didn't even take my own hint. Imagine that. I didn't even take my own goddamn hint. I specifically went to after school science club to want to talk to this girl. And I didn't even question, okay, maybe I'm some way sexually attracted to her. But no, I didn't. I didn't take my own hints. I didn't take my own hints. My own hints, I didn't take them. But yeah, this is the truth, man. Or at least my perception of the truth. That is more truthful. My perception of the truth. I was giving myself and this chick hints, but neither of us took them. And how is she supposed to take them when even I don't know, when even I'm unaware that the hints I'm giving are hints? Like, again, with the high five thing and me lightly gripping my hands around her. Not her, sorry, her hand as we high five, but she didn't do the same. That was a hint. Me going to the science club with her just to want to speak to her, even though I didn't like her brother. That was a hint. Being touchy with her hands in the biology class. That was a hint. Like, yo, insert real name. Take the hint. You are showing hints and you're not even aware of them. Come on. Come on. It's like, how are you giving hints and you don't even know you're giving hints? How are you unaware? How are you unaware to the hints you're giving? How? Oh, that's just funny to me, really. But let's go back to another. Actually, no, not going back. We're moving forward. I've worked through that lust. Now we're moving forward. One of the things, the main reason why I wanted to talk about that is because dating girls, like I said earlier on during the start of the video, thinking about dating girls and sexual thoughts, having sexual thoughts, is something that I didn't want to do. And I instead wanted to do, like, focus more on consultations and that. And I wanted to make it very clear as to what I do and don't want to focus on, why, and what I'm therefore going to do in order to move forward. No, I'll let the clip roll. I'll let the clip roll. Okay, so yeah, I'd want to focus on reaching milestones and treating YouTube as a journey, in the sense of what I can, with the things I can control, such as how many videos I'm uploading. I'd much rather work towards these milestones, like work towards getting 400 videos, which I'll actually achieve by the end of the day, because we've got this one, and then we've got the productivity check, and then we've got the meal tracking. So I'll actually be able to do that by today. And then after that, it's going to be, I was thinking of going about it in tens, but I'd make 4 videos a day for fuck's sake. So these that's going to be like, yeah, that won't take long. But maybe, actually, in fact, because I'd just be starting off with treating how many videos I'm making as a journey, that's exactly where I can start. 10 videos, just have milestones in my head, like, wow, I've created X amount of videos, like go about it, like 400, 410, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then make those milestones bigger in 25, gaps of 25, as in, for example, if I was at a 420, 410 video mark, I can then set my eyes on 435, then 460, and so on. So I could go in jumps of 25 later on, as I'm getting used to hitting milestones of 10. I think that's what I'll do, because that's something that I can control. How many videos I make in a day is something I can control. And I've been thinking of upping the ante. I've been thinking of making a serious video, like making it very consistent, just like how I do with these series: Road to Making Megabucks, Productivity Checks, Meal Tracking, and Plank Journey Logs. I could make it like serious video day 1, serious video day 2, serious video day 3. When I do day X, Y, and Z, day 1, day 2, day 3, etc., I stick to it. When I don't, I don't. When I don't do that, I don't. That's just a way how it works for me. Staying consistent. That's how, staying consistent by saying day 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the shit works. This is how it works for me. And now, because I've made 4 months worth of Plank Journey videos, I'm starting to create some steam. On average, new viewers are coming in more than ever. And I'll show an analytics right now, actually, to prove that. I think I've learned quite a little bit from this. If there's anything you quote unquote don't want to think about it. Allow yourself to think about it. Like, for example, lusting over this high school girl. I've now processed my emotions towards it and my thoughts towards that way of thinking, and I now think, if I really like a girl, I can just ask her out. It's not difficult. But what I would say is, before doing that, if I really, really, really want to, then okay, go for it. But just allow her to do it. Allow her to show the signs. If I'm seeing like, okay, I'm doing all this shit and I'm thinking about her quite a lot, allow yourself to think about it. What I mean by that is, I'm thinking about her a lot and I don't want to think about her a lot. Pardon me, jeez. That was a deep one, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, just allow yourself to think about that thing, man. Allow it to happen, because your brain most likely won't move on. It will just keep on pushing it down and down and down, and it will want to come out even more eventually. And eventually, if you just keep on doing that, it will eventually burst out somehow, somewhere. Even if you don't think it is that thing that's bursting out, it probably will be, just through different means, and seemingly not through, and it seemingly not being about that actual thing it's about. But yeah, now that I've thought about it, I can now move on. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to make it very clear to myself what I do and don't want to focus on. Maybe even by just make it very clear to myself, but potentially maybe even by saying that, it could be like I'm putting pressure on myself to actually achieve what I want to achieve. I don't know, I'll have to think about it, but yeah, I've learned these things and I can now move on, and I now know for sure, pardon me, and I now know for sure that I am not lusting over any of the girls in the gym now. I know I'm not doing this because I was actually lusting over that girl in high school, and the girls in the gym reminded me of that girl in high school. So that's how I was channeling it. No, not anymore. I've now allowed myself to process my thoughts and emotions towards that girl. I wrote about it before, but now making this video, I've been able to completely work through it. Writing about it was a start, but this video was like, basically it's been the be all end all. Will I have to make videos on it in the future? I don't know, but if I do, that's fine. I've seen Ice Cold LCB actually say you can make your titles shorter and that. The reason why this is relevant to me is because I'm working on how I look at comments, just actually responding to them and then getting rid of them, and just letting comments come my way instead of purposefully going to search for them. And when I try and search for them, they don't come. When I look at the notification inbox, they don't come. But when I least expect it, that's when the comments come. So I just let comments come my way to the channel and just let it happen. Ice Cold LCB, he gave me some constructive advice. There certainly are. There's the title advice that I'll take, but the rest of it, I don't think I will. I've read through it and I thought, nah. But I've given him a comment, and Ice Cold LCB, if you're watching past this point, thank you for the comments. It means a lot. Even though I felt that feeling in between my pecs, that physical feeling in between my pecs, it's fine. It's fine. For a second, when looking at the YouTube studio notifications that came up on the lock screen of the phone, I thought it was saying Ice Cold JT, but it's Ice Cold LCB. He's been there for a while, so shout out to him. He has. He's been there for quite a while. But yeah, man. Shout out to him. And thank you for the advice, mate. Thank you. It means a lot. I think when you're saying it's hard to see, something along the lines of I can't see you here at this stage, I think what you meant was it's tough for him to see how many views or how few views, in his opinion, that the channel's getting. He's been showing love for the channel. Shout out to him, man, always. Even he was the one that gave me the first collaboration offer. So again, yeah, shout out to him. Thank you. Thank you for the advice. Thank you. It means a lot. And I'll certainly be working on it. I can even work on it through this, to be honest. But I'm going to make it a priority to work through things that I make it very clear to myself what I don't want to focus on, and explain why and how I'll go about things. But I think I've worked through that lust, and I no longer feel lust over the girls in the gym, even over the OG doppelganger, the gym doppelganger. I did in the past because of her curvaceous figure, her round behind. But not anymore. Not anymore. She seems more ambitious than Hattie when she was training with Cause one time, but that's not recently. And I've seen her, it seems like she's in a relationship with someone else, so I'm fine. I'm more than fine now. I'm not going to try and take a girl out of a relationship by force. No, I won't do that. And I never will. I'll never try and steal someone's girl as if they're property. We aren't property, nor are they. A girl will never be mine. I certainly don't mind seeing girls. I'm not saying that I do have a problem with seeing girls. I'm not saying that, but I'll never call a girl my girl. I don't own them, and I'd never want a girl to be calling me her man. She doesn't own me. But then again, I can understand, like, they don't mean it like that. And I was thinking, maybe the reason why, or potential reason why, is what makes them describe their partner like that, my man, is genuinely because of, or genuinely could be because of, like, all of those TV shows. But more importantly, what I'm thinking of is, like, Ken dolls. And when they're playing about with these Ken dolls, they literally are the dolls. The Ken dolls literally are theirs, in their possession. And maybe they treat relationships in the same way that they've learned how to as a child when playing with the Barbie dolls and the Ken dolls and the houses. Maybe without realizing it, maybe. But yeah, I'm done. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm actually going to follow Ice Cold LCB's advice and make this as short a title as I possibly can. But yeah, I'm gone. See you a lot later. The reason why I'm actually wanting to make shorter titles is because I could see numerous large creators doing this, and, well, with the audience that they are constantly showing that they have through the videos and view count, clearly works. So yeah, I'll work on that myself as well. Well, on that note, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something valuable. I certainly have, through that constructive advice Ice Cold LCB gave me, so shout out to him. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.